Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. This is Ashwin Ramani, your research analyst at SBI Securities. I hope I'm audible and I hope you all are able to see my screen. If you all can give me a heads up in the chat box. अगर मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है, स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है तो आप मुझे एक बार चैट बॉक्स में कमेंट करके बता सकते हो. So that I know you all are with me live in the session. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes. I see that people are joining in, and then we should be good to go with today's mid-market session. If I'm audible, visible, do let me know in the chat box if you are live. एक बार आप मुझे कमेंट करके बता सकते हो और फिर शुरू करते हैं आज का मिड मार्केट सेशन. RDG is asking, good afternoon, expiry fireworks went very difficult. I think markets are under a bit of consolidation. Maybe, I don't know, second half, today is the weekly expiry for Nifty. It doesn't look like we might have a fireworks in the last couple of hours or so. Looks like we might be somewhere there around the 26,000 mark. Okay, for the ones who have just joined in, I think people have joined in. So let us start off with the mid-market session. So before I start, like we've been discussing again, so beware of impersonation scams, guys, because there are still a lot of fake individuals who are disguising in the name of SBI Securities. And they have been making WhatsApp groups, they've been making websites, and they are misusing SBI Securities name. So beware of these fake individuals. Look for only verified sources. Look for communications that comes from SBI Securities. Look for that blue verified mark. If the communication is not coming from the verified source, better to avoid it, or you can block the number. And if you come across any such thing, do report to us at 68545555. Okay, so beware of the impersonation scams, guys. Okay, so now let us start off with the mid-market session. So if we look at how the global markets have performed, so अगर हम US markets की बात करें, so Dow Jones closed around 1.18% lower. S&P 500 closed about 0.9% lower. Nasdaq also closed around 0.84%. तो कल हम ये देखा है कि यूएस मार्केट्स में कल एक प्रॉफिट बुकिंग नजर आई है हाईस के बाद. Dow futures देखें तो Dow futures is down 0.5%, so we can expect a slightly negative start to the US markets today. If we look at the European markets, even European markets में एक profit booking देखी गई. Germany was down around 1.2%. London was down around 0.24%, while France was down around 0.63%. So, quite evidently, profit booking was seen in the Europe markets as well. Euro Stocks Index was down around 1%. If you look at the Asian markets, all the Asian markets are bleeding. If you look at Nikkei is down around 3% today. Hang is down around 2%. Kospi is down around 3%. So we can see Kospi was the best performing index. It has given up gains in the last 3 trading sessions now. Kospi ka gain was almost about 11-12%, and that has dropped to almost 6% now. Relative to the other Asian markets, we are doing well. Whereas if you look at Nifty is down 0.25%, and Sensex is roughly down around 0.15%. So compared to the other Asian markets, we are doing relatively well. But be it US, be it Europe, be it Asia, all the markets are under a bit of pressure today. So you can see from almost 13th November onwards, हम ये देखते आ रहे हैं कि सारे markets में एक pressure सा बना हुआ है. Kospi भी नीचे गया हुआ है. Nifty is also down. Dow Jones is down. You can see the European markets are down. Euro Stocks 50 is down as well. So last 1 week or so has not been good for the global markets. That is including our markets as well. If we look at the macro indicators, अगर हम dollar index की बात करें, so dollar index again it is at 99.48. So nothing much has changed as far as dollar index is concerned. The 200-day EMA, which is somewhere around 100.3, 100.5, that zone is likely to act as a strong resistance for the dollar index. While on the downside, around 98.5 to 98.6, that zone is likely to act as a strong support. For now it is flat, so relatively dollar is not relatively not gaining strength against the basket of six major currencies. That is what the dollar index is of. Now if we look at dollar by rupee, again there is some consolidation in dollar by rupee as well. On the upside, there's 88.8 to 88.9 that is acting as a strong resistance for dollar by rupee. So definitely, dollar is probably stronger than the rupee at the current juncture. So we've been discussing this. As long as dollar keeps gaining strength against the rupee, chances of FIIs coming back to our markets look very bleak. For the FIIs to come back, for the FIIs to make money on their investments, it's very important that dollar depreciates. Maybe it needs to fall to 88.5, 87, and likewise. If we look at the US government bonds 10-year yields, so कल equity में भी हमने देखा कि US markets में एक profit booking नजर आई थी. But on the other hand, even the yields fell nearly about 1%. It's at 4.1% now. So on the downside, I feel it can fall until 3.9%. So all eyes will be on what the Federal Reserve decides in their next monetary policy committee meet. The consensus is that Fed might hold the rates and might not go for a rate cut. That is what the market says, factoring in. If by chance Fed decides to cut the rates, then chances are that it can be good for the US markets. And even the yields will kind of go down, and probably we can expect some flows moving to the US markets there. If we look at India VIX, so India VIX again has been consolidating. ये जो 200-day EMA zone है around 12.9 to 13. That is a strong resistance for India VIX. I think as long as it stays below the 12.9 to 13 mark, chances are that the volatility is likely to be under control. Any move about 12.9 to 13 can cause some discomfort to the bulls. If you look at crude oil, so crude oil again has been in a downward trajectory. So if you see on the upside, $66 a barrel, that is a strong resistance for Brent crude. While on the downside, around $60 a barrel is a strong support. So if it falls until 60, if it's in a falling mode, it's a good sign for the markets. But any move above 66, $68 a barrel can cause some short-term pain to our markets, as since we are an oil importing country, and higher crude oil prices can lead to our foreign exchange reserves kind of going down. Okay, just a second. Are you all able to see my screen? Okay, now it's possible. Now, if you look at gold, अगर हम gold की बात करें, so gold is seeing some profit booking since the last 3-4 trading sessions. It had made a high of $4,245 an ounce, और वहाँ से एक profit booking देखने को मिली. So between gold and silver, we are seeing that silver is slightly outperforming gold. Gold यहाँ से ऑलमोस्ट एक $3,920 an ounce से एक रिकवरी नजर आई थी, बट फिर से द रिकवरी हैज काइंड ऑफ फेल्ड एंड मोमेंटम थोड़ा सा थम गया है गोल्ड में. बट नेवरदलेस द ओवरऑल ट्रेंड इज स्टिल इंटैक्ट एज लॉन्ग एज $3,920, $3,930 an ounce is held on the downside. The overall structure for gold is positive. अगर हम सिल्वर की बात करें, सो इफ यू लुक एट सिल्वर, सो अगेन सिल्वर में भी एक प्रॉफिट बुकिंग नजर आई है. So if you can see, silver has taken resistance from the $54 an ounce mark. A couple of times it has tried to test the $54 an ounce, but it has failed to move above. So any move on the upside for that, silver needs to go past the $54 an ounce mark. As long as silver stays below this level, we can expect slightly negative to sideways bias. with around 46.5 to 47 acting as a strong support for silver. If we look at the FII positioning, so kal ke session mein FIIs were net buyers in the cash market, but the quantum of buying was not very significant. FIIs bought to the tune of 442 crores yesterday. But if we see in the last 4 or 5 trading sessions, they have been net sellers. They have sold roughly around 12,000 crores in the cash market. So significantly higher selling figure as compared to the buying figure. So sentiment still hasn't changed by the FIIs. Despite a slew of positive measures in terms of GST cut, or whether it's NDA winning in Bihar, or there were a lot of positive triggers for the market. But FII still are in the wait and watch mode. Probably they might be tracking as to what is the deal that goes through between India and US. I think that's a major overhang for the markets. So as long as the uncertainty remains around the India-US trade deal, the markets are likely to be jittery and can consolidate until then. So maybe India-US trade deal. Secondly, dollar gaining strength against the rupee, where dollar is somewhere around 88.8 to 89. That can probably keep the FIIs away, because if FIIs put money in India, and if the dollar appreciates, they lose money on their investments. So FIIs make money only when rupee appreciates. So as long as rupee doesn't appreciate, that can probably keep the FIIs away. So these are two major reasons, as to why FIIs are still in the wait and watch mode. If you look at the net index futures contracts from minus 1,69,000, there has hardly been any change yesterday. It was minus 169,619. Yesterday, it has gone to minus 169,285. Slight improvement in the long short ratio from 11.18. We have gone to roughly around 12% now. 12% means still only 12% long positions are held by the FIIs. Abhi bhi 88% short positions hai, and no signs of short covering. So today is the weekly expiry. Next Tuesday is going to be the monthly expiry for November. So we'll have the rollover data coming in, and it will be interesting to see if FIIs cover shorts और दे कीप देयर लॉन्ग शॉर्ट रेशियो इंटैक्ट. हम पिछले 3 महीने से देखते आ रहे हैं, एक उम्मीद लेके आ रहे हैं कि हर एक एक्सपायरी में अब शॉर्ट कवरिंग होगा और अब मार्केट्स तेजी में रहेगा. We have seen some bouts of buying. I mean, Nifty has definitely recovered from the lows. We are still around the all-time highs. All-time high around 26,277 का है, अभी 26,000 के आसपास है. It's not that we have कुछ ज्यादा pressure देखा गया. That is largely got to do with the fact that domestic institutions have been relatively supporting the market. Even retail investors का अगर आप शेयर देखोगे वो काफी बढ़ गया है. So it's not that we are dependent on the FIIs heavily. But having said that, having FIIs flows, it definitely improves liquidity. And in turn, you could see that momentum picking up when FIIs actually invest money in our markets. Now, if we talk about Nifty की view की बात करें, if we look at the daily chart, so कल के सेशन में हमने ये डिस्कस किया था, 50 डे ये में से एक शार्प रिकवरी देखी गई थी निफ्टी में. और निफ्टी आई थिंक फ्रॉम the 12, 13 and 14, it was roughly consolidating in that 26,000 mark. अभी भी अगर आप देखोगे तो काफी एक हेजिटेशन नजर आ रहा है. पिछले टाइम में 26,100 दो बार सरपास करने को नाकामयाब रहा निफ्टी यहाँ पे. जब ये 24,100 था तब ऐसे लग रहा था कि अब ऑल टाइम हाई 26,277 का जल्दी आ जाएगा. बट वहां से एक प्रॉफिट बुकिंग देखने मिली, फिर एक रिकवरी आई डेफिनेटली. बट अब हम ये देख रहे हैं कि अभी 26,000 क्रॉस करना भी थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट बन जा रहा है निफ्टी के लिए. So previously it was 26,100, now it is 26,000. तो दो काफी strong resistance बन गया है निफ्टी के लिए. One is around the 26,000 mark, and even if it tries to go past the 26,000 mark, there is one major resistance at 26,100. So जब तक ये 26,000, 26,100 के ऊपर निफ्टी नहीं जाता है, तब तक हो सकता है शायद हमें एक साइडवेज टू एक चॉपी मूवमेंट हमें देखने को मिले निफ्टी में. इफ यू सी कल के सेशन में भी एक छोटा माइनर लोअर शैडो है. आज के दिन भी अगर आप देखोगे तो एक माइनर लोअर शैडो नजर आ रहा है. जो ये इंडिकेट करता है कि लोअर लेवल से आज बाइंग हुई है. सो इफ यू लुक एट द 5 मिनट्स चार्ट, क्योंकि आज निफ्टी का वीकली एक्सपायरी भी है, so it's a very important day for Nifty. So I feel on the downside, 25,880, 25,890, that zone is likely to act as a strong support for Nifty. अगर by chance second half में एक strong selling आता है और निफ्टी 25,880, 25,890 के नीचे ब्रेकडाउन देता है, तो हो सकता है शायद इंट्राडे फॉल थोड़ा और एक्सटेंड हो. बिकॉज अगर आप देखोगे सुबह के सेशन से ही मार्केट्स एक प्रेशर में था. वी स्टार्टेड ऑफ विद अ बिग बेरिश कैंडल, देन मार्केट्स नीचे गया, जहाँ पे अगर ये जो रिकवरी भी आई है ऑलमोस्ट 10:40 के आसपास एक रिकवरी नजर आई थी. द रिकवरी हैज नॉट बीन दैट स्ट्रॉन्ग कंपेयर टू द strong fall that we saw in the initial couple of hours. We are yet to go above the day's high. Day's high is around 26,000. So I feel somewhere even 26,000 will be very difficult for Nifty to cross today. So 2-3 दिन से हम देखते आ रहे हैं कि ये जो 26,000 26,030 वाला जो जोन है वो काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग रेजिस्टेंस है निफ्टी के लिए. जब तक ये 26,000 26,030 के ऊपर स्ट्रॉन्ग ब्रेकआउट नहीं मिलता है, चांसेस ऑफ a strong up move is ruled out. Though the overall trend is bullish, I'm not saying that there are any reversal signs here, but momentum on the upside is also not very sharp. So I feel major overhang, major resistance for Nifty would be around 26,000, 26,030. Any move above that can lead to Nifty moving up higher. While purely on an intraday basis, on the downside, 25,880, 25,890, that is going to act as a strong support for Nifty on the expiry day today. Now, if we look at Sensex, so Sensex का भी pretty much similar story है. Sensex में हमने देखा था यहाँ पे 85,290, फिर 85,105. So ये जो 85,300, in fact, that is a strong resistance level for Sensex. यहाँ पे सेंसेक्स भी 50 डे ये में से एक स्ट्रॉन्ग सपोर्ट लेते हुए नजर आया था और वहां से एक स्ट्रॉन्ग रिकवरी देखने को मिली. अगेन कल के सेशन में ऑलमोस्ट 84,988 का हाई बना था और लग रहा था कि आज के सेशन में भी वो रिकवरी कंटिन्यू होगा, बट आज का हाई अगर हम देखेंगे वो 85,042 है, whereas the previous high is around 85,300. So roughly एक 250-300 points, ये जो 85,300 का लेवल है वो एक काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग रेजिस्टेंस है. So only I think chances of an up move in Sensex is likely when 85,300 का जो लेवल है that is taken out on the upside. जब तक 85,300 के नीचे थोड़ा सा चॉपी मूवमेंट रह सकता है सेंसेक्स में. On the downside, if we look at the 5 minutes chart, this 84,550, 84,600, that is going to be a strong support zone for Sensex on an intraday basis. सेम अगर आप देखोगे इनिशियल फर्स्ट आवर में सेंसेक्स का फॉल काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग था, बट द रिकवरी हैज नॉट बीन दैट शार्प. वी आर येट टू क्रॉस द डेज हाई व्हिच इज एट अराउंड 85,042. सो अभी भी अगर हम देखेंगे तो एक लोअर हाई स्ट्रक्चर जैसा फॉर्म हुआ इंट्राडे चार्ट में, whereas फॉल इतना शार्प था but the recovery has not been that sharp here. So any up move probably it needs to cross 85,000, 85,000, 85,050 के ऊपर एक strong breakout मिलता है, then chances are that Sensex can move up higher. While on the downside 84,600 वो एक strong support zone होगा Sensex के लिए. If we talk about Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty हमने देखा कि कल ही एक strong breakout मिला था Bank Nifty में. So Bank Nifty जैसे हम देखते आ रहे हैं, it's relatively outperforming both Nifty and Sensex. That is got to do with the fact that PSU banks काफी अच्छा trending sector, it has been outperforming Nifty, and of late even there is some traction that we are seeing in the private banking space as well. So overall Bank Nifty जो आपका है, which is a mix of both PSUs and private banks, they are doing well, and that is kind of holding up the markets here. If we look at Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty के लिए ये जो जोन था 58,500, 58,600 वो काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग रेजिस्टेंस जोन था. और कल के सेशन में बैंक निफ्टी ने एक फ्रेश ऑल टाइम हाई बनाया था 59,000. टुडे आल्सो इट हैज मेड अ न्यू हाई दैट इज अराउंड 59,049. So Bank Nifty has again hit a fresh all-time high. So ये 4 वीक का कंसोलिडेशन के बाद कल एक रेजिस्टेंस ब्रेकआउट हमें मिला है और आज का मूवमेंट रिलेटिवली अगर आप इंट्राडे बेसिस पे देखोगे दैट हैज रिलेटिवली बीन फ्लैट. निफ्टी एक बार गिर के थोड़ा सा रिकवरी हुआ है, सेंसेक्स भी गिरकर थोड़ा एक रिकवरी दिया है, बट अगर हम बैंक निफ्टी देखेंगे तो बैंक निफ्टी रिलेटिवली एक साइडवेज ही चल रहा है मॉर्निंग सेशन से. So the resistance and the support levels are pretty much clear. So on the upside, we need a breakout above 59,050. So any breakout above 59,050 can lead to price moving up higher. While on the downside, an important support zone is around 58,860 or 58,850. As long as Bank Nifty stays in the range, हो सकता है बैंक निफ्टी और कंसोलिडेट करे आज के सेशन में. ऊपर जाने के लिए 59,050 के ऊपर एक स्ट्रॉन्ग ब्रेकआउट चाहिए. और अगर नीचे की तरफ, क्योंकि अभी काफी टाइम से अगर हम देखेंगे कल के 10 बजे से ही बैंक निफ्टी एक साइडवेज ही चल रहा है. कल एक स्टार्टिंग 1 आवर में एक स्ट्रॉन्ग मोमेंटम नजर आया था बैंक निफ्टी में, बट पोस्ट देन नो फ्रॉम 10 o'clock yesterday morning, बैंक निफ्टी relatively has been trading sideways. So I think Bank Nifty is looking for some fresh triggers. I think that trigger can come once 59,050 is taken out on the upside. On the downside around 58,850, 58,860, वो एक strong support zone होगा बैंक निफ्टी के लिए. Now talking about the heat map, today if we look at the heavyweight names, so Axis Bank is up around 1.43%. But if we see HDFC and ICICI Bank is quite Infy is down, Reliance is again flat today. Whereas if we look at Bharti Airtel is up around 1.8%. So that is only one of the top 5 heavyweights that is in green. Relatively, if you see the IT sector is again quite Infy is down around 1%. HCL is down around 0.5%. Even Tech Mahindra is down around 1.2%. FMCG pack is also down. Hindustan Unilever, ITC, Nestle India, all the 3 stocks are in trading in red. Coal India is down 0.44%. Even metal stocks are seeing some profit booking now. हमने metal sector देखा कि काफी टाइम से outperform कर रहा था, and some profit booking has emerged in the metal space now. Though the overall trend is still intact, it's just that metal sector is going through routine profit booking after a sharp rally. So even JSW Steel is down around 0.8%, Grasim is down 0.75%, Hindalco is down around 1.6%, L&T में भी profit booking है 0.82%, Indigo is down around 1.9%. Even the pharma pack is kind of in the red. Sun Pharma, Cipla both down around 0.5%. Some pockets of auto are doing well. Maruti, Eicher Motors, Bajaj Auto, these are the sectors that are doing stocks that are doing well. Shriram Finance in financial services space, Axis Bank in private banking space, Bharti Airtel in infra space. Probably Asian Paints is one strong stock that is doing well in the FMCG space here. But relatively, अगर आप बाकी सारे stocks देखोगे, तो वो ज़्यादातर red में ही है. So if it stays like this, then high chances are that we might end up sideways. But if we see any strong movement coming in any of the heavyweight names like Reliance or ICICI Bank or HDFC Bank or even SBI in the second half, then chances are that Nifty can break above and move higher. But even if these stocks start to fail, then chances are that we might get a breakdown in the second half. So keep an eye on the heavyweight counters. That can probably give you cues about how the moment is going to be towards the last 1.5 hours on the expiry day. Now, if you look at the key sectors and the key stocks to watch out, so the first sector that I want to discuss about is your defense space. So defense by Nifty का रेशियो चार्ट देखेंगे तो एक फॉलिंग चैनल में चल रहा है यहाँ पे प्राइस, and we've been seeing there is some traction that is getting built up in the defense space here. It's just that वो एक traction उभर के नहीं आ रहा है. But nevertheless, market, I mean, if you look at the ratio chart, it is in a falling mode. It is moving in a parallel channel. But once we get a breakout about this channel, high chances are that, defense sector can outperform in the coming days. Now, a couple of names from the defense space. One is HAL. So HAL हमने देखा कि यहाँ पे ऑलमोस्ट 200 डे ये में तक एक सेलिंग प्रेशर देखने को मिला था और वहां से एक रिकवरी नजर आई है. And post bouncing back from its 200 day EMA, it has relatively gone quiet now. Today again we are seeing some follow through move, though the candle is very small. एक thin body बनाते हुए नजर आ रहा है यहाँ पे. But overall the momentum, I think it can pick up momentum if defense index gives a breakout. High chances are that HAL, BL are the couple of stocks that can probably lead the rally in the index. So around 4720, 4730 is likely to act as a strong support. While on the upside, if we get a strong momentum, I think it can move towards 4925, 4930 levels in the short term. Apart from that, even BL is one stock that you can keep in your radar. So BL has been facing strong resistance in that 430 zone. प्रीवियसली भी अराउंड 430 435 के जोन के आसपास एक शार्प एक सेल ऑफ देखने को मिला था. और अभी फिर से अगेन देयर इज सम काइंड ऑफ हेजिटेशन अराउंड द 430 मार्क. So any breakout above 430 can be positive for BL as well. So अगर 430 के ऊपर breakout मिलता है, it can move towards 440 445 levels in the short term. With around 415 acting as a strong support for the stock. So keep an eye for a breakout in the defense space, because once defense index breaks out, then high chances are that both HAL and BL can do well. Secondly, PSU banks, जैसे हम देखते आ रहे हैं, PSU banks have been have been really outperforming Nifty since quite some time now. We have discussed a lot of names like Canara Bank, Bank of India, Indian Bank. But again, one stock that again you can keep in your radar is Bank of Baroda. So Bank of Baroda, it has been consolidating since the breakout that has happened on the 3rd of November. We can see that it has been consolidating in a range with around 293 acting as a strong resistance for the stock. The overall trend is still positive. The stock trades above its 20-day EMA. The RSI and ADX and MACD all have kind of flattened out a bit, which signals a pause in the momentum. But any break above 293 can lead to continuation of uptrend until 300, 305 levels in the short term, with around 280 acting as a strong support for Bank of Baroda. Apart from that, the overall bank Nifty space is gaining traction. Your PSU banks, yes, but again, there is some pockets of private banks also that are doing well. That is keeping the Nifty intact currently. If you see, barring PSU, private banks, and some pockets of auto, there is no major support for Nifty. That is the reason why we are seeing choppy movement in the index since the last 4-5 trading sessions. But bank Nifty again, PSU we have already discussed, but couple of pockets of private banks are doing well. One is Federal Bank. तो अगर हम फेडरल बैंक की बात करें, so Federal Bank was consolidating. If you see from almost the start of November, it failed to cross the 240 mark. And आज एक strong breakout मिला, and the breakout is supported by the spike in volumes as well. And also the ratio chart, if you see Bank Nifty by Nifty's ratio chart, that has also made a new high, which is a positive sign. So Federal Bank is one stock. It has already risen a lot, and I think post the brief consolidation, I think it has resumed its uptrend again. So if it sustains about 240 245, then chances are that even Federal Bank can move towards 250 255 levels in the short term, with around 235 acting as a strong support for the stock. Apart from that, even AU Bank, post the brief consolidation, seems like AU Bank is also on a verge of a breakout. So this level of 920, 925 is a strong resistance for AU Bank. It tried testing once, again today it tested that level twice today. But there is some profit booking that we are seeing from the higher level. So we need a strong close above 925, 930, a strong big bullish candle above 930. With support from volumes, I think that can lead to even AU Bank moving up higher, with around 880, 885 acting as a strong support for the stock. Apart from that, some names that are doing well. One is BSE. BSE की हम बात करें, so BSE has been Edging up higher slowly and steadily, it's moving up. It took support again from its 50-day EMA and it has moved up higher. But last 3-4 days, largely it has remained sideways. It gives us some signs of a breakout, but then relatively trades sideways for major part of the day. But any move about 2840, 2850 is likely to be positive. I think that can lead to BSE testing its previous high of 3050 in the short term, with around 2750 acting as a strong support for the counter. Apart from that, even MCX is one stock that you can keep in your radar. MCX भी अगर आप देखोगे, kind of mirrors the movement that we've seen in BSE. So even MCX has been forming small body candles with upper shadows and lower shadows. And if you see from the last 6-7 trading sessions, it is unable to break above 9,000, 750, 9,800 mark. I think once we get a strong bullish candle, once it breaks past this consolidation phase, then chances are that even MCX can move up higher. It is also trading above its 20-day EMA and also the other key moving averages. The RSI is also above 60. The MACD slope and ADX has kind of flattened out. But once we get a breakout, the slope can point upwards. And that could lead to continuation of an uptrend for MCX. And the last stock that I want to discuss is HDFC Bank. I think RDG, I think if you remember, we had discussed HDFC Bank when it gave a double bottom breakout here. So 1020 was the level that we were looking at. That is exactly the level it touched. And from there onwards, it has seen some profit booking. Again, this previous resistance is now acting as a support for HDFC Bank. So 975, 980 is a strong support. On the upside, if any sustained move, if we get any sustained move here, I think it can again move towards 1020, 1025 zone on the upside. So these are the key sectors. So keep an eye on defense, bank Nifty. That is the strongest looking sector out there, with PSU banks doing well and some pockets of even private banks that are doing well here. So keep an eye on bank Nifty, India defense. These are a couple of sectors and that you can keep in your radar. So that's it from today's mid market session. I hope it was informative. And now let us start off with our question and answer session. If you have any queries, any doubts, do let me know in the chat box and I'll be happy to answer them. Shami ji is saying, sir, आपके ऐप में चार्ट की इंडिकेटर और लाइन डिलीट हो जाता है एक्सपायरी में. Yeah, Shami ji, I read your query. Let me get it checked with the relevant team here. मैं उनके पास I have already taken a screenshot of your query. I think I need to talk to the product team with respect to this. Let me talk to them and let me come to you with a solution regarding the same. आप ट्रेडिंग व्यू में जाके ना ऊपर एक लोड चार्ट का ऑप्शन आएगा, ट्राई ऑटोमेटिक सेविंग करके एक ऑप्शन आपको दिखेगा. सी इफ यू आर एबल टू सेव द चार्ट्स, बिकॉज अगर आप चार्ट सेव नहीं करोगे तो फिर वो चार्ट्स डिलीट हो जाएगा वहां पे. सो ट्राई इफ यू हैव दैट ऑप्शन, वहां पे सेव चार्ट्स करके एक ऑप्शन होगा. यू कैन क्रिएट योर ओन लेआउट. Still, if it's not working, I have noted down your query, Shamiji. Let me talk to the product team today and let me come up with a solution regarding the same. सेव ठीक है शमी जी, आई हैव नोटेड योर क्वेरी. एक बार मुझे आज प्रोडक्ट टीम से बात करने दो and I'll have a solution very soon regarding that. ठीक है. So Amod ji is asking for SCI. Let me look at SCI. SCI again, wait for the price to maybe move above 278, 280. I think once we get a breakout about 280, chances are that the price can move up higher, with around 235 acting as a strong support. If we look at Cochin Shipyard, see, it's part of the defense space, but again, wait for a trend line breakout. So as long as we don't get a breakout above 1780, 1790, maybe avoid fresh entry. But if we get this downward sloping breakout, maybe above 1780, 1790, then chances are that even Cochin Shipyard can move up higher. Vijay ji, SCI, I have discussed Bajaj Finance. Let me look at Bajaj Finance. So Bajaj Finance again, थोड़ा सा consolidation है. Maybe for fresh entry needs to go past this level of 1060, or there is a gap. So I think once इसको मैं थोड़ा नीचे ले लेता हूँ. I think once it goes past the 1040, 1045 mark, I think it can fill the gap. और ये gap fill करके अगर sustain करता है, then chances are that it can move above 1100. I think it can move up higher. While on the downside, I feel you can keep stop loss or a support around 970, 975. ठीक है, फिलहाल लास्ट 5-6 दिन से मोमेंटम नहीं है विजय जी, सो डोंट गो फॉर एनी फ्रेश एंट्री. इफ यू आर ऑलरेडी होल्डिंग देन अराउंड 970, 975 के आसपास आप एसएल रख के आप होल्ड कर सकते हो. Manoj ji is asking for Hind Copper. I think wait, Manoj ji, I think wait for a breakout about 365, 370, because दो बार ये 366 के आसपास रेजिस्टेंस लेके नीचे आ गया है. बट आई थिंक एनी मूव अबाउट 366 इज लाइकली टू बी पॉजिटिव. Shiv ji is asking for FIAM Industries. FIAM is good. It's steadily moving up. हर दिन एक fresh high बनते हुए नजर आ रहा है. I think if you are holding, then maybe around 2000, 220, 2230 का एसएल रख के आप इसको होल्ड कर सकते हो. Dinesh ji is asking for Sirma. Sirma, again, it's kind of consolidating. Wait for a breakout. So there is some hesitation that we are seeing in the 915 to 920 mark. So any move above 920 can be positive, with around 850, 860 acting as a support for the counter. So wait for a breakout above 915, 920, Dinesh ji in Sirma. Harish ji is asking for central bank. Let me look at central bank. Central bank, see, फिलहाल the trend is down. अभी भी वो 200 day EMA के नीचे है. Wait for the price to move above 41. अगर आपके पास ऑलरेडी है 36.5 में, then maybe around आप ट्रेल कर सकते हो आपका SL. You can trail your SL to 37. So in that case, even if the price falls, you're not going to lose out any money in this stock. थोड़ा सा slow moving है. There are better counters apart from central bank. But since you are already holding, you can trail your SL to 37. So at least your capital will be protected in case there is any fall here. But for an uppo, it needs to move above 41. That is where the 200 day EMA for the stock is placed. Yeah, Canara Bank is, I think Canara Bank मैंने इसके लिए शायद discuss नहीं किया, because we have already discussed Canara Bank, way earlier, and काफी ऊपर चला गया. If you see, compared to the other PSU names, see, it's in a strong momentum, definitely RDG. But entering at the current levels थोड़ा सा dicey है, because कभी भी वो profit booking आ सकता है. If you see, RSI भी elevated levels पे है, ADX भी elevated है, और MACD slope भी काफी ऊपर चला गया है यहाँ पे. So some profit booking can't be ruled out. Maybe a 20 day EMA जिसका 138 है, 138, 137 तक आ सकता है, and then again we can see some reversal signals. So if you're already holding, maybe you can trail your SL to around 137, 138, and you can probably ride the trend. If not, then wait for some correction and then look for some reversal, and then probably look for a re-entry again. Manoj ji is asking for Shriram Finance. Shriram Finance, it's good. Overall trend is positive, but I think it has gone into a consolidation mode. 805 on the downside, 840 on the upside. So I think once 840 breaks on the upside, Manoj ji, maybe you can look for a fresh entry. I think if you're already holding, then maybe around 785, 790 का SL रख के आप hold कर सकते हो. If we look at Zaggle again, it's positive. Zaggle, I think if you are holding, then maybe around 380 का SL रख के आप hold कर सकते हो. But we need a strong move above 405, 406. I think then the stock can move towards 417, 420 levels in the short term. गणेश जी, सॉरी, आप फिर से आप एक बार बता सकते हो, शायद आपका क्वेश्चन ऊपर चला गया होगा. अमोद जी is asking for CDSL. CDSL, again, I would say wait for a breakout above 1665, 1670, because हम देख सकते हैं कि 2-3 बार ये 1665, 1670 के ऊपर ये फेल किया है यहाँ पे सस्टेन करने. So any move above 1670 is likely to be positive. So wait for a fresh entry above that. But if you're already holding, then around 1520, 1530, that can be a strong support zone for CDSL. IDBI Bank again, avoid any fresh entry. IDBI Bank का एक strong resistance है in that 107 mark. But if you are holding, I think you can trail your SL to maybe 97.5 and you can hold on to IDBI Bank. Suman ji, yeah, GMR Airport काफी strong है. In fact, it is one of the best performing stocks today, but अभी काफी ऊपर चला गया. It's up around 6%. तो अगर आपके पास है ऑलरेडी तो अराउंड 97 98 का स्टॉप लॉस लेके आप होल्ड कर सकते हो. शिवजी इज आस्किंग फॉर वोल्टाम. वोल्टाम की बात करें, वोल्टाम इज ऑल्सो गुड. अगर आप होल्ड कर रहे हो वोल्टाम, देन मे बी अराउंड 8050. बट ये काफी थोड़ा ऊपर चला गया, मे बी अराउंड 8300 का एसएल रख के आप वोल्टाम को आप होल्ड कर सकते हैं. Yeah, Dinesh ji, persistent. Yeah, persistent. I'll see persistent. Persistent. See, I think last 4-5 days से थोड़ा सा एक consolidation phase में चला गया. I would say wait until it breaks out above 6200. दिनेश जी, I think फिर से 6200 के ऊपर अगर breakout करता है तो हो सकता है ये जो uptrend है वो continue हो. On the downside, maybe around 5950, 5960 के आसपास आप एक SL लगा के आप चल सकते हो. बिकॉज अगर इसके नीचे जाएगा 5950 का तो थोड़ा और प्रेशर आ सकता है. So 5950, 5960 support लेके on the upside wait for a breakout above 6200. Rakesh ji saying post issue of bonus shares most stocks remain in a range due to higher liquidity. Yeah, examples Reliance, HDFC, Bajaj Finance, and it takes months to take a decisive breakout. Yeah, absolutely. With HDFC again there was एक merger भी था, plus again there was this issue. I think same thing happened with BL also a couple of years back. So a lot of people rush into buying the shares pre-bonus, and post-bonus the momentum kind of fades out. But structurally, if you see all Bajaj Finance, HDFC, Reliance, all the three are structurally positive now. So it might go up, but maybe steadily, if not sharp move. सर एशियन पेंट्स में 2900 पुट सेल कर सकते हैं क्या? या एशियन पेंट्स ही ट्रेंड इज पॉजिटिव. इसका एक बार आप आईवी चेक कर लेना. सो अगर आप नवंबर एक्सपायरी देख रहे हो 2900 पुट का, इट्स ऑलरेडी एट 32. आई थिंक यू कैन डू 32 में आप कर सकते हो करंट लेवल से ही. मे बी अराउंड 3840 का एसएल रख के maybe you can go for selling the put option here. Union Bank. Okay, Ganesh ji is asking for Union Bank. Let me look at Union Bank weekly chart. यूनियन बैंक पॉजिटिव है. वीकली चार्ट में एक हम बोल सकते हैं कप एंड हैंडल, बट इसमें हैंडल नजर नहीं आ रहा है, सिर्फ एक कप ही नजर आ रहा है यहाँ पे. या मे बी आप इसको ऐसे कंसिडर कर सकते हो. सो दिस इज योर कप एंड दिस इज योर हैंडल. नो डाउट आई थिंक आप अगर मैं इसको ऐसे भी करूँ, so this is your cup, this is your small handle. Yeah, definitely there is a cup and handle, but we need to get a breakout above 156 160. इसकी ये ट्रेंड लाइन ब्रेकआउट चाहिए. आई थिंक इसके ऊपर अगर एक ब्रेकआउट मिलता है then chances are that Union Bank can move up higher. So काफी अच्छा है, कप एंड हैंडल पैटर्न भी है, PSU बैंक्स भी ट्रेंडिंग है, और एक ब्रेकआउट की कमी. आई थिंक ब्रेकआउट भी आ जाता है तो आई थिंक यूनियन बैंक कैन मूव अप हायर. K Fintech, Vinay ji is asking for K Fintech. So let me see for K Fintech. See, it's consolidating. On the downside, I feel 1050 is a strong support. On the upside, maybe wait for a breakout above 1125, 1130. I think once we get that then I think it can move up higher. But as long as it stays in a range, avoid it. Maybe wait for a breakout above 1125, 1130 Vinay ji. I think that can be a good point. Shivji, Asian Paint हमने अभी discuss किया. I think Asian Paints is positive. Looks like it can move up higher. I think any move about 2925, 2930 is going to be positive for Asian Paints, guys. Okay, so that's all from the mid-market session. I think Nifty, very difficult to say. I think Nifty needs to go past the 26,000, 26,030 mark. So that is a strong resistance for Nifty. On the downside, 25,870, 25,880 is a strong support. Looks like Nifty might stay in a range. I feel it is going to be a range bound expiry today. शायद हम 25,880 और 26,020 के बीच में ही हम शायद क्लोज कर पाएंगे, ऐसे ही लग रहा है. ठीक है, so one important announcement, guys. So today we are having one more webinar. So at 4 o'clock, I am doing a webinar on neutral option strategies, that is on short straddles and short strangles. And also take you through a walkthrough of the strategy builder. जैसे हमने इसके 2 हफ्ते पहले लॉन्ग स्ट्रैडल्स एंड लॉन्ग स्ट्रैंगल्स किए थे, तभी मैंने आपको एक स्ट्रैटेजी बिल्डर दिखाया था. वैसे ही आज के सेशन में भी हम शॉर्ट स्ट्रैडल्स और शॉर्ट स्ट्रैंगल्स के बारे में जानेंगे. And I'll also take you through a walkthrough of our strategy builder app. So that is happening today at 4 o'clock, guys. So looking forward for your presence in that webinar. Until then, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you at 4 o'clock for the webinar on neutral option based strategies. Until then, bye guys, take care and stay safe, and I'll see you all soon. Take care, guys.